Glad to see you.
Alright everyone, welcome back to the Road to 100. Welcome to episode 89, where we were in the dried up trenches. Now, running through here, since most things are weak to blood, well actually everything's weak to blood, we will be running the Executioner Gifted and the Ivory Grace, or the Snowy Elegance Fortified, as this will allow us a fairly large light value that we will have access to, but the most important thing will be we are going to be running Blade Dance. And the thing with Blade Dance is what it does is it takes the base value and multiplies it by 5%, and then it adds that to scaling. So every strike you increase 5% by the base damage. So if you have an extremely high base damage, then you will get more damage out of the weapon itself. So for example here the Ice Blood has a 39 reduction, the Blazing Claw is a 24 reduction. The pipe, obviously, we saw that last time. That would be a horrible choice for a 5% increase, as you'd only be getting 4.5 damage up on a strike, so that would be pretty horrible. But something like we saw last time with the Azure Greatsword, as that has a very high 857, it has a very, very high base value, and so every time you would do a strike you would get 5%, but since it's gifted, you get 7.5% damage. Actually it's like 7.3%, but it's basically 7.5% increase in damage every time. So we are going to be getting around like 23 or so damage every time we strike an enemy, and we'll be paired up with Bridge to Glory and the Blood Weapon, as well as this will help us to increase our damage out significantly, and we'll be paired with Eva. We'll be running two Blood Light Gifts. These are the only two Blood Lights that we have access to, other than Bloody Impact, but that's not really a damaging weapon. So the name of the game here is going to be to go for as much stamina and drain ability as we can go for, as we will hit the enemy with our gifts, and then we will continue the barrage of regular attacks. So we'll go for these two. Now we can only go for Eva in extreme circumstances, and that'll most likely be the Executioner, or the Despot at the end. Now you can see there that the Executioner has exceptional damage when paired up with these gifts here, and this is only 3 buffs that we have running at the moment. And every time we are striking the enemy, we want to be continuing our onslaught, as I mean, we don't have Blade Dance active at the moment, but as soon as we get it active, we want to be in an area. Now Blade Dance only lasts for 30 seconds, but paired up with Gift Extension, it gives us an additional 15 seconds, so we get 45 seconds out of it total. So let's go ahead and hit this fella if we can. There we go, we can hit him. That's good. Okay, what's he doing? Fine. Okay. I think Eva's gonna kill him before he gets up down here. There he goes. Not sure what he was doing dancing around up there, but that's okay. And we are running the Black Angel here with the red hair, and we're paired up with Eva, and the two of us look pretty stylish in our black and red. Okay. It's always important to look stylish while you kill in vain. So we will wait for what is that? Gift Extension before we continue on here. Okay, there we go. And we have to watch out for the gunner, as he's going to ruin our day here. Good, let's go for a couple of attacks on him here. Okay, and let's go for Blood Spike. Now the Blood Spike is... Oops. Okay, thanks Eva. Now the Blood Spike is a very good gift when you're paired with something that does light damage. If you're not paired, then it's a very, very wrong kind of a pairing. Okay, and you can see the blood damage added to our weapon here is exceptionally good. Now that we are down to half health, we have pretty good damage out no matter what here. Okay, so let's dodge him and get a backstab, and then we'll wait for that creepy crawly guy to come up the edge there. Okay. And we'll backstab this fella. and we will give this guy a barrage. And you can see that even with pretty high light scaling and light damage, we're at 1414. We're still not good enough to kill this guy in one hit, so we'll go for these. Okay, and this fella's here, so we'll, whoops, we missed him. There we go, we'll kill him in a plunge, 10,000. That's really good on a plunge. Okay, okay, and the backstab, good. We'll need to load up as we go into this next area. And we need 10 for Blade Dance. So let's go for Blade Dance now. And we'll get this fella to come over here. Okay, we got 2 of them coming. That's okay. Okay, and let's go for weapon strikes. Whoops. As we want to get as many weapon strikes in as possible. There we go. Since we only have a little bit of Ichor here. Okay, let's go for some weapon strikes. Oops. Okay, oops, got a backstab. But Blade Dance is about to run out. There we go. Okay, so the Executioner is if you like one-handed single striking weapons, the Executioner is a fantastic one-handed weapon. It's one of my favorites actually, and it just has a really good utility, and it has a continuous striking pattern attached to it, so you can continuously damage the enemy over and over and over. There we go. And it has no ending animation or ending point, so you can continue doing damage to the enemy over and over and over. So yeah, it's a really good weapon, and if you can go through an area without obviously getting hit and stay at half health like this and always be having a boosted weapon, it does exceptional damage long term. Okay, so we'll head on our way here, and we'll definitely go for Gift Extension and Bridge, as those are our 2 most important. Now this is using a blood cartridge is the same as using our blood weapon, so we will go for this and strike this fella down quick and effectively, and we'll do this, and we'll go for the gunner here. Oops. Okay, thanks Siva. Okay. Okay, and not that guy. We want to go for this thing, as it will kill us. Oh, as you can see there. So we got a blood cartridge. Okay, so now we were going to run over here, kill this thing. Good. And we have some Ichor, so we can, we'll leave that thing alone. And we will head over here to this fella. Whoops. Okay. Thank you, Eva. What? Let's go for a launch on this fella. There we go. And we will go for a barrage and a spike, and that should kill him. Good. Okay. Now that shooter we're gonna ignore. So you can see that we have pretty good damage overall, and we have a hard time surviving because we have the Ivory Grace. But since we're running the quick mobility and with swift destruction, everything here that we have running helps us get a whole lot more damage. Okay, so now let's go for the Despot. So we will buff to the heavens here, and may the best girl win here. Okay, so let's see, this and this and this, and there we go. Now this is going to be kind of rough, as we're going to have to kind of make our way through here quickly and effectively. Okay, let's go ahead and heal. Now we only have about 45 seconds here, so let's go ahead and get ourselves up here as much as we can. Let's get Eva Modest Offering. Now we're losing time, but that's okay. Okay, and this and this. Now we're losing a lot of time here for Blade Dance, but it should be okay, as that extra 15 seconds was kind of used there to continue buffs and do cutscenes. Hopefully this goes pretty quick, and we can get into the fight here and do some pretty good damage to this fella pretty quickly with the Executioner and its continuous striking pattern, while at the same time getting massive damage amounts quickly and effectively. Okay, let's see how we do here. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, let's go for blood gift. Good, and he's staggered. Okay, let's let our stamina regen here. Now we don't have Blade Dance yet. Okay, let's go for a Blood Weapon. Okay, let's stay under his feet here if we can. Oh no. Oh, come on. That was unfortunate. But you can see that the Executioner has really, really good damage output, just slashing away at his feet here. Okay, second round. Round 2, fight. Not without water, though. Okay, so let's go ahead and get ourselves up here again. And as you can see, having the half health and everything, it definitely helps us out. Now we won't have the cutscenes here to deal with, so that'll be extra good. Okay.
Are you ready?
And let's go for Blade Dance and heal.
Be careful.
Okay, and this, and we'll go for Eva. Now we used Blood Weapon kind of prematurely there, but that's okay. Okay, and we'll go for Stamina first and foremost. And it looks like we're gonna be okay on I-Core, so we'll go for. Okay, where are we? Oops. Okay, let's go for his hindquarters here. Okay. Okay, so the Executioner definitely pulled its weight there, as we almost got into damage cap pretty quickly and easily there. Let's go for a Blood Weapon. Okay, and he's going to do his dodge backwards, but he's kind of into the wall here, so it's going to be a bad day for him. So yeah, the Executioner, if you get the if you get the Despot into a corner there like that, it's just over very, very quickly. And Blade Dance definitely did its job there, and paired up with Eva and everything, the amazing damage that you can get out of it is just absolutely bonkers. So I'm glad we got to go ahead and display that and show that for you, and see how just how the Executioner can be utilized in a great way. And if you are not paired in this way and you do something like morale boost and concentration, as you see there in that encounter, we did not get attacked at all. So here, instead of doing blood gifts, you could go for concentration and morale boost. Since you are running Prometheus, you have all the necessary stats in order to enable these two. And when you're paired up like this, I'll show you the difference you can get out of the amount of damage. As we have to go back to home base anyways, we won't be paired with Eva, and there's nothing that we can do to pair up to get an enemy that will stand still to actually, that will actually stand still enough to see how much damage we can do. But we can definitely get an idea here on the speed bag back at home, and I'll show you exactly what difference this will make in the damage level, as we didn't change anything with our. We got rid of our blood gifts, but we're going to be replacing that with striking gifts. So this is how you can be a light gifter, in a sense, that you can buff your weapon to extremely high ranges here. And since the Executioner has a really, really high base damage as well, when you pair it up with the scaling monster of light gifts, you're able to get to really, really high numbers, and you can hit damage cap pretty easily when you're paired for having lots and lots of stamina available to you. Oh yeah, the Mia cutscenes and everything, because we did the Despot and the Executioner supposedly out of order, but that's okay. It's interesting how you can do these things on the speed bag here back at home base, but then when you go to use them in a game, or in a real life situation here, as you're running through adventuring or running against a boss, the boss may not stand still long enough to actually get all the damage out, or you might get hit in between, which will cause you to lose a couple of your gifts that you've had active, like concentration, for example. If you get hit, it goes away, unless you have 100% physical resistance. You can lose that pretty quickly and easily. So a bunch of cutscenes here, but the fact of the matter is that concentration increases your. Here's my favorite character again. Hello. Yeah, we'll talk to her later, in my own time. So over here, you will see the difference that we can get out from gift extension um, pairing up with blade dance. Okay, so let's go ahead and whoops, I didn't want to do that. I want to heal, and we'll go for gift extension, and this. Oh, we're healing a lot for no reason. There we go, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and we'll heal one, and we'll do this, and this, okay, and this, and this. Okay, so now, if you're going to be doing this, let's go. You'll start to see the numbers start to skyrocket here as we continue to go up. And you can see that we're not even done with our 1 bar of stamina yet. There's our 1 bar at 74,418. Now if we go for it again, because we have all the gifts active, you'll see the increase here. Oh, now blood is going to end, but that's okay. We are already over our value that we had last time. Okay, let's go for blood, and let's go for the 2 staminas here. Oh, and blade dance is over. But you can see there that in those 2 runs, we had about, what was that, 74 and like 90. So that's 164,000 damage that we did. And if we go for just regular blade dance and everything else, you will see a definite difference here in how we can go about getting damage. Now remember the last time we had 74,000 on the first run, so let's go. You can see the difference in stamina is going to make a huge difference. So 43, so about 60% less. Yeah, so it definitely makes a huge difference having these 2 active at the same time. If you're going for a massive slashing build, this is a great way to go about it. And these 2 pair up, paired with the stamina booster and the stamina activator, they do exceptional work when you're paired up correctly for that. So hopefully that helps you see a little bit of demonstration on blade dance. And as we're getting 7.5% back every time, I guess we can just go ahead and look at blade dance here. Okay, so we have 0 scaling, and we have 0 scaling. So now we should have 7.5% more, which is about 23. Okay, and we do have 23. And at this, and we should have about 23 more, so 24. So it rounds in a strange way, so because like I said, it's about 7.3% or so. So there's 70, so it's continuing to increase by that amount every time we strike the bag here. And let's go ahead and see one more time here how it goes about what our value will be when we are paired up for all these different gifts here. Okay, there we go. There we go. And one more. And this. And let's go for blade dance. Okay. Okay. And we will see what our scaling value will be after 1 of these or 2 of these full bars of stamina here. Okay. And we'll let it regen a little bit, and we will go for another round, and we'll see what that scaling value can be, or at least get an idea of what it looks like. Okay, and here we are. Now we're at 2522, so that's really good, and we're getting a little bit more scaling out of it. Okay, so let's see where we're at now. 2711. So that put us up over 3,000 a strike, and that was a really good run. So you can see that running Blade Dance paired up with the Executioner or something that has a really good striking pattern, the Burning Disaster would be a good option as well, as it has a continuous striking pattern as well. So hopefully you all enjoyed that. You learned something about Blade Dance and how to pair it up with light gifting to make sure that you have an exceptionally high light gifting while at the same time maintaining a healthy balance on quick mobility here. So hope you all enjoyed that, and thank you very much, and we'll see you all in the next one.